Hi, everybody. Hey, it's great to have you here with me today. I want to share with you about Art Prize and my idea for this year. I've done Art Prize 11 times, and this year I thought, I would like to have help. I would like to have a bunch of artists get together and collaborate on something cool. I've done this so many times and done really big projects and always wished I had more help and more people involved. I thought, hey, let's start out that way this year. Let's get some people together. Let's try to work together and come up with a concept, a theme, something that we can work towards, and all have a part in it. It only costs a few dollars if you collaborate with a bunch of people because the total fee for a collaborative group is only $130, as opposed to a single artist needs to pay about 65, I think it is this year. So, hey, let's get together. Let's see what we can come up with. I'll show you what I've done in the past because having done it 11 times, I've got a lot of experience. I know all the ins and outs of Art Prize. I can share all that with you and help you along the way. But I wanted to share what I've done just so you can see, wow, there are a lot of options out there. There's a lot of different ways you can go. I've done a lot of different things, and I'm not saying we need to do anything like any of these, but this might give you an idea. It might give you some place of, what is this like? What's this going to be? What are we in for if we do this? So let me share my screen with you and I'll show you all the things that I've done. And hopefully that'll give you an idea. And at the end, I'll give you my email and my phone number so you can contact me. Also, if you want to know more about Art Prize, just simply look them up, artprize.org, and you can find out all about it. The first year of Art Prize, I did a bronze sculpture, Rain. It's actually standing right now at Mary Free Bed near their front entrance. It's a bronze sculpture. In the first 3 years, I did sculpture. The second year was Kanoa and the Moth. Kanoa means the free one. He's a young man holding a giant moth in his hand, deciding if he should let it go free. He's an adolescent, just about to enter manhood, and he's pondering life. And then the third one, Face Me Art Bean, is about social media and how it affects us. Because this is back in 2011 when Facebook was coming on strong. Everybody had a smartphone. And people were losing touch with one another in a physical sense. So this is a statement about how to retain that connection face to face with people. That's the name Face Me, of course, but it's a kinetic sculpture, and in order to interact with the sculpture, you had to touch it and actually make it move. It did move in quite a few different ways. This was sold to a private collector. This mural in 2012 was a collaboration with another artist, and she and I worked together. She was an abstract artist, and I did the realism in this painting. It has 16 panels, it's 37 feet long. It took at least 20 people for us to actually build it, get it painted. Well, the artists and I are the only ones who painted it, but um, and then all the different contractors, people helped us move it, install it. We had an electrician put lights up. We had two engineers who helped us determine how to erect it on this wall without using any screws or nuts or bolts. We were not allowed to drill into the side of this building. But we succeeded. Everything was suspended. It was quite interesting how this all got done. And it was a very successful piece. It was sold to a church who exhibited it for several years. Street Scene Invisibles was the next year I did, I believe that was 2013. This one is about homeless children. I found out through the grapevine that there were around 400 homeless children in Kent County, and that inspired me to paint this mural. The building itself is actually still on Ionia Street. You can see it in downtown Grand Rapids, right south of Fulton or Ionia Avenue, I think it is. And this building still stands there today vacant. It's not quite as colorful like this in real life, but if you go and see that building, you'll see people passing by. And I actually took a picture of those two people passing by in front of this building when I originally found it and decided to paint them as a reflection in the glass as they're headed to an informal event. And the children there looking out on the street. And the Grand Plaza Hotel, of course, was the perfect juxtaposition for this piece as it talked about homelessness. Panera Bread hired me to paint this mural, and that still exists there. You'll see it on the skywalk. It's a picture of the West Michigan landscape showing all different kinds of details about what you're going to find in West Michigan. A very fun mural. A lot of people enjoy looking at this. And you can see there I am standing in front of it on a balcony overlooking the mural. The curiosity of privacy. This mural is quite large. I think it was, man, it had to be at least 40 feet long. It was pretty big. There are several doors and windows, and behind each door and window, there is a painting that I painted. You have to interact with it to see it. You have to actually go up and look in the window, peer inside, see what's behind that horse stall on the end on the left. That there's actually a foal in there, a newborn foal and a mare inside that. And then on the other end, on the red door, behind the red door, is a little mouse in the keyhole. So you have to go up and actually interact with this to see what's going on there. And that was what it's about. It's speaking to people's curiosity. And there we are again. There's some of the contractors who helped me put it together or worked on it. All of the objects you see in this building were pretty much found objects. We found all of these different things. Even the step that girl is standing on there, that was an old concrete piece of maybe limestone or concrete that I found at a reclaim yard. This mural is called Everybody in Your Life, and I painted this on site during Art Prize as a time-based piece. It was very difficult to do. I should have had several artists helping me, and I wish I would have thought about that ahead of time this particular year. But I asked people to tell me a story about someone in their life, and I painted it in the mural. It was really fun to do. It took a lot of effort and a lot of very touching stories. Here's a family that told me all kinds of stories about their lives, and many of them were painted in the mural. I heard quotes from people and all kinds of things. This is the Artist Entitlement Program. My favorite thing that I did in Art Prize, and it is a pyramid there built out of reclaimed lumber. I had someone help me build that, and I found objects to put on the pyramid. Little baubles, little toys, little pieces of wood, different shapes, all different things that we could put on that pyramid. And then people could select a piece and take it over to the painting table, which was also built out of reclaimed wood over here. And they would use paint pens to paint the pieces and put them back on the pyramid. So everyone that participated in this actually was a part of the art project. And when they finished, they received a button that said, they are now a part of the Artist Entitlement Program, and they're entitled to be called an artist. A lot of fun. That was at the Amway also, and that was in the top 25. The entomologist ended up in the top 25. This one is a giant 15-foot tall structure built out of scrap metal and reclaimed metal, actually. I used a plasma cutter. A friend of mine had a plasma cutter that we used to cut the metal into these shapes, and then we had welders helping to put this all together in the shape of a giant hand. The entomologist is reaching down to choose an insect off the ground, which you can see there's 3 insects in there. So that was just a statement about what is it like to be in the hands of an entomologist. The final one I did was in 2023. This one, I had a desire to speak about water and the need for water around the world and water projects. So like there's a lot of water projects, a lot of nonprofits that help to produce fresh water around the world. And so I had a desire to show that. These are Ethiopians here, and my niece, who's father is from Ethiopia, was a model for this piece. And I painted her in a picture of something that I found that actually existed. And there you have the water pipe and the fresh water coming out and the type of jugs that they would carry around to fill with water. And that was quite a large mural. It's about 7 or 8 feet tall, and it was exhibited at the Waters Building. There is my name, my email address. Contact me, my phone number, text me, and check out artprize.org to find out more about ArtPrize if you're interested. There's pictures of past ArtPrize winners that you can check out and see what they look like, or who are they, what do they do, what is it that won them these awards. And then also, I didn't mention that there are over $600,000 in awards and grants given to artists. About half that money goes for grants. Well, maybe not half, I'm not sure exact amount, but quite a bit goes for grants for artists to produce their artwork. And then they also receive what's a huge amount in awards for winners of different categories. There's several different categories, several different ways to win awards of all different types. So think about that as far as what the value of ArtPrize is. What I found is the most important thing is simply getting your name out there, getting in front of the public, having people see what you do, and being a part of something important. And hey, it's benefited me over the years, and I hope it can benefit you too. This would be a great way to be involved with ArtPrize without taking on the whole weight of the event yourself, but being a part of something really cool and fun. And so, hey, contact me if you're interested, and let's talk about it some more. I want to collaborate with everyone that's interested in doing this to find out, okay, what is the theme that we want to work with, and what are we going to do for a concept? I am open to just about anything, as you can see, with all the different variety of things I've done, and I want to communicate with you in order to get that established. So, with that, I'll talk to you later. Please contact me.